Sandy says read, and welcome to the channel. Today we are going to do a book review, and this is a review of Stargate SG-1, The Price You Pay by Ashley McConnell. Let me get that up there with not too much glare on that one. It's a shiny cover, you guys. This is a very nice, cool cover. The SG-1 crew from season 1. And this book, it was published in 1999, and the action takes place during season 1 of the canon of SG-1. It takes place during season 1. Okay? All right. I enjoyed it very much. You guys, I read this back in December, but here it is the middle of January before I'm getting the review filmed for you guys. There have been some technical issues in my Booktube filming life. Before we dive into the review, I do want to welcome you guys to subscribe to the channel. Welcome your friends to subscribe to the channel too, because this Sandy Says Read channel is a book channel for book fiends and book aficionados. If you like book reviews that are usually very positive and uplifting, if you like Booktube tags and other book talk, this is the channel for you. Subscribe. Give it a thumbs up while you're here because that helps the algorithm know all the things. Let's do the specs as we do for these books. Okay, Stargate SG-1, The Price You Pay by Ashley McConnell. The publisher is Rock, which is a Penguin imprint, published in July 1999. This particular version is 199 pages. It's written in third person past tense. Like I mentioned, the action takes place during season 1 of the show. If you guys are not aware, Stargate SG-1 was a sci-fi television show that I totally nerd out about. I loved it when it first aired. I love it to this day. I do rewatches of the show because I love it. It is one of those comfort programs for me. I cannot express to you how much I enjoy the program, okay? I cannot express it in words. I have Stargate memorabilia and trinkets all over my house, okay? I have a Stargate clock that lights up, like the the symbols around it light up, around the gate, they light up. Okay, I have Stargate stuff all over my house. Let me just say that. I have signed pictures of the cast and crew on my walls, framed and on my walls, okay? I'm a Stargate nerd. So I do have a few of the officially and authorized books from the Stargate series that I have read and enjoyed. And I brought the one Four Dragons to you guys during, I think, 2024 when we were doing Year of the Dragon reading challenge here on the channel. And now I am bringing you this one, The Price You Pay. And I enjoyed this one as well. Let me give you the Sandy synopsis of this one. Should I read the back cover first and then do the Sandy synopsis? This random chaos and mayhem is par for the course here on the channel. If you're new, welcome. If you're used to this, yeah, nothing has changed. Nothing has changed. I will read the back cover copy for you. The thing that has changed here on the channel is that my eyes have gotten a little bit worse. There's some stuff going on, especially with my right eye. So if I have trouble with this, I apologize. Bear with me. Bear with me. Eons ago, the evil forces of Apophis and his minions made a sinister pact with the people of the planet Mekethwit. The inhabitants of the primitive world would pay homage to their masters by way of tribute, providing their best and strongest specimens to the Goa'uld as host bodies for their young. By doing so, they would avert total annihilation, while the hosts would be doomed to a living death. For years, the helpless supplicants obeyed and were sacrificed. It is on this world that Colonel Jack O'Neill and his SG-1 team find themselves stranded. With the new payment about to be sent, the unit struggles to rescue a terrified populace that doesn't want help, while facing the possibility of being marooned forever. But one fact overshadows all else. The Goa'uld are on their way, and O'Neill and his team must make the ultimate sacrifice, stepping into Stargate. Yay. Okay, they're stranded. They're marooned on this world that they've stepped onto. They're marooned there because there's no dial home device. Like they step through the Stargate and there's no DHD for them to, press in their address and go back home. It takes them a couple minutes to figure this out though, because, they step through, they're in like this marketplace and there's people going about their business. Then the people, come to them and say, hey, are you part of the returned? What's going on? Are you the rejected? And like, no, we're SG1. We're here to say hi. And the people are like, okay, great. If you're not here to be part of the ceremony tonight, won't you just step aside? You stand over here out of the way for a little while. We'll get back to you later. So the team is like, well, that's kind of strange, but okay. But the whole time O'Neill is thinking something's wrong. In the back of his mind, he's thinking, something's off. Something's not right. What am I missing here? And when he finally clicks, when he finally realizes, oh my God, it's the DHD. There's no dial home device. How are we getting home? And so that's part of what the team has to, work out and figure out is how to get home amid the other action that's going on. I mean, what Ashley has put together for her story is not just, oh, the team has to figure out how to get home. There's a whole lot more going on in here. And we'll discuss that when I get to the Sandy synopsis. But I did want to mention the DHD thing because obviously it strands them there without it, right? But in the middle of season 1, the actual program that was airing on television, they had not yet come up with, like a wrist device or some other way to manually or technologically dial the gate to get them back home. They were relying on the DHD in the TV show. I think, wasn't it, wasn't the name of the show the Torment of Tantalus, where they went and found Ernest, Catherine's boyfriend, who had been marooned? Wasn't that the episode where they figured out, oh, hey, we see a DHD, but it's broken, so we're going to have to find other ways to get ourselves back home from now on? I think that's the episode where... Shall we do the Sandy synopsis now? Okay, the Sandy synopsis. SG1 goes to Mekethwit, where the citizens are preparing for a ceremony to welcome home people who have been rejected by Apophis and gang, and preparing to select the next set of people who will be sacrificed or sent to Apophis and gang for possible choosing to be hosts. Sam and Daniel befriend some locals, and Sam and Teal'c end up helping some of those locals escape this choosing. Jack and Daniel get into the chosen pool, and they go off-world to infiltrate the bad guys. I didn't write any more in the synopsis because I don't want to give it all away. There are ways you can find these books still online. You can go on eBay and find these books. Collectors do still sell them. You can still get them that way. I have not found them on Amazon. That hasn't worked out real well for me, finding more of these books that way, but you can still find the book, and I recommend that you try. I recommend these Stargate SG1 sci-fi. I mean, it feels kind of like pop sci-fi when you're getting into it at first, but it is so, guys, it is so comforting. It is so good. These books, they take their time. The action is there. I don't want to give the impression that it's not action packed. There's a lot of action going on, but it's sci-fi from the 90s and the late 90s and the early 2000s. So it's allowed to breathe. There's room in the story for detail. There's room in the story for character growth. Even though these are characters that you see on TV, these are characters that we know from television, in the book we get to see how the character arc is still taking place. We still get to see it, and we still get to see the stuff happening in the scenes. I'm not saying this very well, am I? At least did I say it in this? No, I didn't write that down. All right, well, I'm just gonna tell you that we're going to page 175 to 177. Multi-page descriptions. Okay, we get multiple. Let me just tell you that there's a scene here toward the end where Daniel is like evading capture. He has set something on fire. Okay, there's action going on, but we still have room to breathe in the story. Ashley gives us this description: gold everywhere, gold leaf on the pillars, in the patterned ceilings, on the furniture. Gold, most especially lining the portrait. Gold catching the light and throwing it back and hurting the eyes, so much that Daniel slipped his glasses off in self-defense and tucked them into his shirt. He moved around the side of the room, keeping to the walls like Chundra the rat, pausing every few steps to look at something new or to dodge a slave or a Jaffa. They ignored him. He barely noticed. The furniture was carved, the arms and legs representing lions' paws, the backs supporting bas-relief landscapes and portraits. He saw a lamp, or at least a round glowing globe, with a wax cone atop it. As the wax melted, heavy perfumes were released into the air. Statues 3 times life-size representing pharaohs, or Gould, striding forward, hands lifted, ribbon weapons of embracing their arms, lined the walls. They reminded him of the Assyrian sculptures in the British Museum as much as of the heroic statuary of the Egyptian kings. Okay, you're getting a flavor for the scene that he's in. I mean, you even get to smell the scene that he's in. As the wax melted, heavy perfumes were released into the air. I mean, you're smelling the wax and the perfume. So, I mean, Ashley has taken some time to let you just be immersed in this scene. It's not just action, running, people firing stuff off. It's not the typical sci-fi of today. That's what I'm trying to say. I enjoyed this very much. Was there anything else I needed to tell you about this? Okay, in typical Stargate fashion, we have the team on this planet affecting the people, and we get to see how this affecting of the people affects Sam. I mean, Samantha Carter, she has to deal with her emotions in this book, like she has to do in the TV series. I mean, Ashley did a great job of working with that character and working with the way Samantha Carter was being developed in season 1. I mean, she's dealing with the fact that her team is on this planet where a people, a citizenry, they have made a deal with the Gould, and the Gould have given them like inoculations and medications against different types of disease. The Gould are basically protecting this populace in exchange for hosts. The people of this populace are sacrificing members of their society, their children, every year to go be hosts for the Gould. They're sacrificing their people, but in exchange, they have no disease. They don't get sick. Well, when the members of SG-1 walk into town, Daniel has a cold. He thinks that it's his allergies, because he has allergies when he goes through the gate, right? But he thinks maybe he has a cold. Well, that simple virus, that simple, common cold here on Earth infects a couple of the kids that Sam and Teal'c are helping to rescue. So a couple of these kids get sick. Well, their bodies can no longer handle that. It's like the SG-1 has gone into this populace, like they've crossed the border into this populace, and they have brought into this populace that has been inoculated against all these other diseases a new disease. And it has infected 2 of these kids that Sam is trying to save. And one of those kids, she can't save now. One of them gets over the cold just fine. The other one, the kid's immune system just can't fight it, can't get over it. And that kid dies. And Sam is crushed by this. She's like, here we are trying to save these kids. Here we are trying to help this populace. Here we are trying to, save them from the Gould so that they don't have to keep sacrificing their families and their kids and people. And I lose one of them. And she has to deal with that. It's nicely done. I mean, Ashley did just a fantastic job. And those are the kind of stories that you get out of Stargate SG-1, and it's packed into this book. I thought that was awesome. I thought that was great. I loved it. And you guys, in fabulous, good, amazing news, in case you haven't already heard, Stargate is coming back. Yes, Stargate has a new series happening. The original writers are in the writer's room. It's mid-January, and they have gone back into the writer's room to start working on a new show for Stargate. And you guys, that makes me so happy. I'm happy about, I'm giddy about that. I can't wait to see what they come up with. I can't wait to see what the new Stargate show is going to be. I can't wait to hear what you guys have to say about Stargate books that you read, Stargate shows that you watch and enjoy. Share in the comments below your Stargate thoughts. Thumbs up for Stargate, thumbs up for books. Thank you for tuning in. I hope that you guys will subscribe for more Stargate talk as new things happen.